So you can see what we'll notice with BTC. This has been really pulling the entire market, right? So we've seen the same thing in the last couple cycles where the same thing happened yesterday. We had the big dump, then we had a nice pump yesterday. And when we had a nice pump, I did a video yesterday and I explained everything that I explained kind of happened just like I was expecting it to. It kind of played out perfectly, where I talked about if we didn't break up above 50K after those couple bearish candles right here, then we're likely going to get a newer low. We ended up starting the turn up exactly on that second candle, right when I predicted it, and we started going up. We eventually pumped to above 50K, but we didn't really hold there. It's not a significant move, that quick little spike, because it could have just been a few big buys across the market. We're forming a nice resistance just short of 50K, right? So we're actually building a nice resistance here at 49.6, 49.5, sort of forming an ascending triangle, right? Check it out. It's not perfect, but it's actually a pretty good ascending triangle. So it could potentially be really bullish. Now, there's a few things I'm looking for here, whether or not this really is as bullish as it looks. So there is a lot of potential here. We have, oh no, that was last night. So we had this red candle, and then I said this candle or the next red candle. Or the next candle. One of these 2 4-hour candles, we have until the end of that to pump up to 50K. And sure enough, that candle, we spiked up to 49.5. So the analysis was pretty spot on. So now the way it worked out, we hit that resistance again. We're coming back down. We're right at that trend line support. Now, on the 4-hour, the Stoke model has been pretty accurate, right? For those who are newer, the Stoke comes up, comes down, and as it comes up and comes down, comes up with the price, and then comes down on the Stoke, down on the price. Price goes up as the Stoke goes up, and now the Stoke is resetting and coming down. Now, it's not a full reset like here, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. But still, it's a nice repetitive cycle. So the Stoke is starting to make more sense. It's becoming a model I can trust again on the 4-hour, and it hasn't been lately, so that's kind of cool. We're seeing very faintly the RSIs flattening out. So there are a few things that look like we could push higher. We do have a lot of supports right here, so there are a few things I want to point out. One, we have a lot of Ichima dynamic support. So we have the 99 EMA here, the 99, the 55, we're all nice supports. The bottom of the cloud has been a key, strong support, and right now we're hovering right along the EMAs on the top of the cloud. So my Ichima dynamics are all grouped together right here. We have the 55, the 99, and the 222, along with this trend line support, all creating a really key support zone. We're holding at that trend line support right now as we're resetting on the hourly Stoke. I'm actually going to open a short-term BTC position right here. I may actually do the same on Ethereum and some other stuff. Ethereum is similar right on the 222 EMA on the hourly. Let me see what the 4-hour looks like. Okay, so right on the 55 is right there too. So Ethereum doesn't look as good by itself, but since Bitcoin looks like it is about to bounce right here, you know what, I'm going to do it on my phone right now because I don't want to miss this. I hope it doesn't bounce by the time I get this uploaded and I can show you guys. You know what, let me just post. I'm going to post this to the group really quick because I want everybody in Flux Trading Group to see this trade because this isn't going to be on YouTube for another 10 minutes or so. Stand by. All right, I just wanted to post that to the group so everybody's aware. So I'm getting into the bounce play on Bitcoin. I'm doing it right now from my phone since I'm on my laptop. So we have this reset on the hourly. It looks like we're about to turn up as we have the trendline support and all the Ichima dynamics. I'm very confident it's going to bounce here. If this happens to fail, we're probably dumping at least the 222 EMA to 49.5, at the very least, if not lower. There's a possibility it'll hold at the bottom of the cloud, but I'm pretty sure if this trend line supports, I don't even think the bottom of the cloud is going to hold. I think the reason it did this time is because there was already so much support in this general vicinity due to that trend line support and the other Ichima dynamics at play. So the way the timing works, it looks like it's going to bounce here. The only caveat is the 4-hour, right? The 4-hour, now that the Stoke is in a nice repetitive cycle, we can model with it, but we haven't reset that far. So there's a possibility where you have a trend line coming up here, we might be able to bounce here and actually push up without having to come down any lower. But there is a possibility that because the hourly is bullish, we might get a bounce to the resistance and then reject one more time and come back down, in which case we'll bounce here and then we're still going to come back down and need the 4 hour to come down lower. So there is a possibility. Right now I'm just banking on a bounce. So as long as we bounce here at the trendline support, either it's going to hold and it'll keep going up, or it'll hit the top side resistance and get rejected again, and then I can deal with that when it happens. But at least at that point, if we get that initial bounce and we get up to like 49.2, maybe a little more, I can set my stop loss at my entry and make it a risk-free trade. So that's that. That's what I'm thinking on Bitcoin. Now the altcoins are mostly going to follow. There are some alts that are bullish already. So whoa. Holy shit, look at that. We have a cloud wall here on FTM, the 222, and the top of the cloud. I can enter here, place my stop loss. It's going to be a little bit high risk. I got to place my stop loss 3.5% below my entry, most likely. Shit, all right, hold on. I got to get this buy-in, too. I'm trying to use my right hand to buy on my phone while I'm making the chart with my left hand to show you guys. I'm going to set a couple buys. Hopefully I can get it on a little bit lower because this candle's fluctuating a little bit. I should be able to get some buys maybe down to like 16.7, 16, let's see, 0.167. I'm going to set some buys there. I just want to get the alert set real quick, and then 16.4. All right, let me get my buys in, and then I'm going to post to the group, let everybody know that I'm in this trade. Let me check the 4 hour as well. See, the 4 hour actually looks better. We have the 99 EMA, each of my dynamic support, and the Stokes a lot lower. I really wish I had the top of the cloud to protect this entry, but even still, this is a really, really good, potentially really good surgical entry right here, as long as that support structure holds. The hourly looks really good, so I'm hoping it holds. I just kind of clicked on that one by mistake. I'm going to go through a bunch of the alts. After I finish this quick video, I'm going to look for other potential trades. I just wanted to show you my initial thought process. A lot of these have reset far enough that we should be able to get a nice bounce now as long as we're in a good zone. So Key is still holding. That's one of my only short-term positions I still have open. Oh, I still have MTL. And what else? I don't think I have any other open short-term positions besides those. But a lot of these probably do have some potential. FTM, like I said, looks really good. The privacy coins, I'm waiting to get another short-term entry on those. I may make a play on XMR. The bottom of the cloud held really well here and here. The bottom of the cloud has been probably the best and most stable of each of my dynamic supports. So between Zcash and XMR, Dash is pretty close. It's holding at the 55, but the cloud doesn't look as bullish. The cloud looks really great here on Zcash and XMR. The bottom of the cloud on XMR. Let me look at the 4 hour, and then I'll decide if either one is ready for me. They're both sort of in no man's land on the 4 hour, so that makes it tough. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on those. I'll make a decision. I'll let you guys know what I decide. But for now, I just wanted to give you my initial thoughts on BTC. And then for the, IOTX. I would have bought right here when it bounced off the 55. It's looking really good now. That's on the 4 hour. Does the hourly have a good potential entry? That might. I'll have to look at that more closely. It's already pumped a bit, so COS may have a good one. There are a lot of good potential buys here. What I'm looking for is something where the hourly looks bullish, where the Stoke is low and reset, ready to make a push up, but the 4 hour is either in that same position, or at least the 4 hour has some supports on the Ichimoku dynamics. So if the 4 hour is sitting right on one of the key EMAs or the top of the cloud or something, while the hourly also looks bullish, that could be a really good setup. Like this might be one on UNI, although the top of the cloud failed on that big dump candle. Other than that, though, the top of the cloud has been surprisingly strong here. It's been doing really well. The Stoke's not that low, so I don't know how to play that just yet. XRP, the 4 hour looks pretty good. Horizontal support from the top of the cloud and the 99 EMA. I may want to make a move on that. So I'm going to have to look at everything more closely and make some decisions. LRC looks really good. Let me see how the hourly looks. The hourly is kind of in no man's land down here, although there is a horizontal support right there. I like how everything seems to be bouncing right at that level. And going back to here, that was a key resistance as well. It's just sort of in that no man's land. I hate that. Maybe if it gets back above this trend line, there's a trend line resistance right here. You can just kind of spot it with the naked eye. If it were to peak back above that, then maybe I'd be interested in getting in. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger just yet. I'll look at these more closely. I'll let you guys know what I decide. But for now, you know what I'm looking for. The 4-hour and the hourly, with both having a Stoke reset and support on each of my dynamics. So it could be the top of the cloud or the EMA is potentially holding. But I have to look through all these and then I'll make a decision on which is best. Oh yeah, that new NPXS entry, that new long-term hold I got into, is still holding well. It almost got stopped out. Luckily, the bottom of the cloud held those wicks, so now I'm back in profit. I'm in a good position here. That's the other trade I still have open. Quantum may be ready for a big move up. BTT, it's complicated. Now, Quantum could be ready. The 4 hours at the top of the cloud on the 99 EMA, the 222 for support on the hourly. This one's going to be riskier, but I may still make a trade on it. And this is something else to watch for. A lot of these charts look like they have that same trend line resistance right here. So I would keep an eye out on that too. If you can find something that peaks up above that resistance and that's coming back to retest it, that would be a really great entry as well. All right, you guys know what to look for. If you spot anything that matches what I explained, let me know. And I'll let you know what I find. I'm going to keep diving through my watch list and find some other potential trades. For now, let me get this video loaded. We'll see what happens over the rest of this 4-hour candle. There's an hour and a half left on BTC. Then we'll have a much better idea of what's going to go on. But for right now, it's looking like it's really going to hold here. It's really, really, really good potential entry. This has got the potential to be one of those nice precision entries. And I'm actually applying 10x leverage to this trade too. So we'll see how this plays out, and I'll touch base with you guys once we get more movement. All right, talk soon.